Hello and welcome to the Golden League. I'm Dorjan, your solo host for tonight with the schedule. The first game we've got is Push versus Power, and it's on Himmelsdorf, and we might as well go straight into it, no delay. So, into game we go. Right, so today we have got, from the point of view of Push against Power, which have got very good lineups that you will be really happy to see. A KV5 on Totalizer on Power's team has not been seen so far on Himmelsdorf. So I'm really happy to show you that for today. And let's quickly get up the scoreboard. Unfortunately, they started a little bit early, so I wasn't able to get that up. But we're on Push. And they are Power. They are red, we are green, 0-0, and show. Nope, wrong one. Oh, great. Great starts. And settings. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so Push versus Power. Push versus Power. Go. Right, now we can get back into the game, focusing. You notice a few changes since last time where we have actually decided to change the colours of the opposing team so you guys can see much more clearly what is going on. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that. We have got, if we look at the mini-map, the T69 up on the hill there with Totalian guarding the hill. This is very common tactic you see often on this map. It's to guard the top from any sort of rush and kill the T1. I prefer to see the T1 up there myself because it frees up your tanks together. We've seen often many teams losing because they have spread out their forces too much. Zixi Power has managed to spot the entire of the Push team, but their T1 goes down very quickly. That's unfortunate for them, but he was out of position really. There's no reason to have been there to hold the fort, I would say. They had enough of their forces here to cover it, and there was, he wasn't given really any extra vision. So Zixi Power's doing very well. However, what a shot from the hill from Totia, taking him down. Oh. I apologise for the rough start. As I said, they started 7 minutes early, and because I can't speak Russian, they didn't give me any warning. So we'll fly over here and see what's going on. We saw that on the banana, and if you can see why it's called the banana, there we go. Banana on Himmelsdorf is a very important column because it's usually easy to defendable from this location here. However, we can see that no one from Push has decided to use this location. So that could be their downfall. They have no scout there, and that's where I would have put the T1 scout. They're using their second T1 scout here to go over and find out the positions of the enemy. And that is what I'm concerned about. They decided to use a T1 there and their second T1 here, but nothing on this corner whatsoever. So we've got the hill guarded. They had this side totally guarded and over committed with nothing on this corner here. So let's see what they've got planned here. The KV5, the IS3s, and the AMX 5100s are almost pretty standard. The only difference here is the replacement of the T69 with the KV5. Now, I like this change. The KV5 should be able to absorb a lot of damage from any of the autoloaders, meaning that the AMXs and the T69s will have to reload before, likely, finishing off all the Powers team. So that will give the Powers a massive advantage. And as I guess over there, we have got the KV5 coming over. And with the rest of the Power team, they're coming over as quickly as they can. And Sigma from Push is trying to come back to respond. But this is the reason why you need to have scouting. They had no idea this was coming down, and they're going straight for the camp circle. Now, will Power overcommit and go into the camp circle? I don't know. But as we see in the background there, the AMX 5100s are coming in to try and support, but they're a bit further behind. Power could be overwhelmed here before their teammates get back to them, but we'll see soon enough. Surrounding is Androlchek and his IS3 and Stigma and his IS3 as well. Coming around the back of Power. Stug goes down to 332 HP, but he's one shot from it, kill it, and he's down. Voodoo 30 is now in massive trouble. He's totally surrounded by non-autoloaders. They're going to kill him very quickly, and he goes down as well. Power was just too spread out. Although they made a great dash down into the enemy base, they didn't have their autoloaders with them, which means all their armor is now dead, and Push were able to kill them mostly without using their autoloaders. So that was really good on their part. But Just Cool and Palas come in to try and do some damage now, but it might be a bit too little too late as Tap Top comes round the back trying to catch them out before they manage to withdraw, and it is going to be too late for them to get out of there, especially Just Cool, who's now utterly surrounded, and boom, he goes down. Palas is trying to get away now, but it's himself against the entire of the combat vehicles of Push. He's just not going to be able to make it. So Power gets down, and that's a 1-0 up for Push. Power. Push Power. Push. There we go. Let's have a look at the damage dealt there. We saw that the KV-5 turned up way too early. It took a lot of damage before anything went down. And that was a pretty poor move, I would say, by Push. Sorry, by Push. They moved in far too quickly. They had the IS-3s come in as well with them. They did much better. However, because they didn't have the AMX support, you see the entire damage dealt by their team is really, really small. Only 250 for the KV-5 and 500 for the others. It was really bad positioning. I wouldn't blame the tanks there. It was purely the positioning. And the Angelo Check and Stigman managed to do almost 2,000 damage each in comparison to just the 500 damage dealt by the two IS-3s on Power's team. Power was totally outplayed there. So hello, I'm going to give you a bit more of an introduction considering that game started completely ninja 10 minutes before it should have. I will ask them why that happened later. Anyway, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling in a bit of a rush after all that drama. Push and Power are both teams looking for some points. We have a quick look at the scoreboards. We see that Power is right at the bottom, not taking a single game so far. And considering they just went down one game there, it's still not looking good for them. Push, on the other hand, only lost 3-2. So they almost took their game. So we're seeing that, looking at the old stats from the previous set, that we have Push looking a lot more stronger than Power. Power hasn't yet to take a single game in the Golden League, and that's very unfortunate for them, but you know, all's fair in love and war. So anyway, tonight you've noticed that I'm on my own without High Flyer, and that's because he's had to work, so unfortunately I'm on my own. We've got my buddy here, the schedule, and I'm going to update that as we go along so you guys can see the results when we're out of battle. And in fact, I'll do the first one right now. And save. Unfortunately, the trouble being on your own is that this doesn't work. But we look at the schedule, and back again. Nope, still didn't work. Sod it. Ah, well, doesn't matter. Yeah, the interesting thing about the lineups for Push is, will they keep the KV-5? Will they blame the KV-5? Sorry, Power. Blame the KV-5 for their loss, or will they understand their mistakes? They came down off the hill, off the banana. They came down on their own, pushed really far ahead, and then ran into Push forces. Their AMX 5100s were nowhere to be seen. By the time they came back, it was already a good game. All three of their heavy tanks had gone down, and it was left with the AMX 5100s to do something, but it was far too little, far too late, and that was the end of that.